Hey everybody, welcome back for another review where I play through and, I probably should come up with a better description of these before I get into it. Anyway, Assassin's Creed has been one of my long-standing games that I really enjoy for the most part. I'm kind of in the same boat as most everybody else. 1 and all the iterations of 2 I feel are very great storytelling-wise. Compelling characters, and just all over really damn good. 3 kind of dropped the ball. I have opinions about it. It wasn't quite as good. I'll just say that. 4 brought it back up, and the last 2 were iffy, and I never even touched the one where you play as the Templar assassin. But, you know what? That's okay, because now we have a prequel game where we're going back to ancient Egypt, of all places. I don't know why, but hey, we're going there. And as it is a prequel, this should be a good jumping on point. A thing that everybody should look at and go, you know what? Even if I haven't played this series, it's kind of starting out where the story began. So I should be able to jump into this no problem, right? Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, all that being said, let's review Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, I got some issues with this game, but one of the things I don't is... okay, well, apparently I can smile. Okay. One of the things I definitely don't have is for the visuals. For the most part. I mean, just based on the character model, hopefully you can infer everything in this game looks just drop-dead gorgeous. There are a couple of issues I have with some things, but they're just minor technical issues, and it shouldn't be too much of a problem. This is the longest I've had to wait for this game to load. There we go. And, yeah, welcome to the city of Alexandria. And all of the game looks like this. It's flippin' great. But I can immediately point to one of the things that I have issue with. Okay. Now, I'm trying to get it as best as you can see, but as you can, my feet don't actually touch the road here. They do here, and here, and here. But because everything else looks so good, that little shadow under my feet just draws all the more attention that is not an actual part of a different level of a road. It's just another asset that's loaded differently. It's all loaded at one field between these stones. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not far and away from a deal breaker. This game looks absolutely great. And it's really nice to go back to the more colorful eras, kind of like how Assassin's Creed number 1 did, but without being slightly as washed out as I remember. I honestly have very little to complain outside of the minor clipping issues where you have like your feet on the roof there, or the split levels being different. Hesitant to say asset loads, but I'm probably just leaning towards that just to simplify. All in all, this game looks fan-flippin-tastic. And for the most part, it plays as well as it looks, with some caveats. Chief among them being is they went back to the Assassin's Creed 2 and 3 formula of free running. Which, don't get me wrong, 2 is one of my absolute favorite Assassin's Creed games, and probably one of my favorite games in general. That being said, as they move forward, they also offered mantling, which, here, let me jump back up there and I can show you exactly what I was talking about. Anytime you need to get to something a little bit above you, you jump up there. And that happens for just about anything further down. Boy, thank God I've got a lot of health in my knees there. Alright. That little gate right there. Watch this. Right there, I should have just been able to roll over that. And in previous games, I was. Unfortunately, they seem to have taken that out in favor of just jumping off of or onto it. Which can get you into trouble sometimes. Lord knows it's gotten me into trouble more than once. And I know it's just a minor thing. It doesn't break, again, it doesn't break the game. But it feels like a very awkward change that didn't really need to happen. Yeah, that's great. Get out of here. Now, one more aspect of the gameplay before I get into the combat is the map, which this is my second area I've been into, and it's that big as I've explored, and this is the entire effing map. This thing's huge. I'm going to be here until, like, well into next year. There's parts down here I don't even know about yet. That may sound like a complaint, but it 100% isn't. I love a good, big area to explore. Especially one where it's creative and looks good. See if I can get out to the water here. I will go back to the water real quick because I do enjoy something about that. There's something nice about the water. It looks good in this game. Let's see here. Left Siva. Left that for a reason. Alright. Fast travel not available. Well, that sucks. How far away from that am I? Not too far. Alright, then. As far as combat goes, it's iffy. It feels decent enough, but they've switched it to the shoulder and trigger buttons, at least for those who play a controller. For those who play PC, obviously you'll have a different controller scheme, a different layout, but it feels awkward. Especially since, as for a controller-based person, it uses two on the same side, so when you have to activate your special, you have to click both buttons on the same side, which just feels awkward. There's just something weird about it that I'm not a big fan of. I'll show you more when we jump into the combat here. Give me just a second. Ooh, new region. We'll be right back. Okay, so I jumped us a little actually a little ways back in my quest anyway, but as far as the actual game goes, I jumped us a little back to a little way past the area. And there is one thing I want to mention before I get into the combat, is the walk speed is now, it's entirely based on how hard you push the stick forward. I know that, again, I have to point to the PC. I know this isn't a big thing for most PC players because you push a button and you immediately go forward. There is no gradualness to it. But if I want to move slower or more inconspicuously, then I have to just creep it along. There's no run. You control your speed with your controller. So I'm a little perplexed as to how PC players are going to work this, because initially in the game you just had to hold down an extra button to run, which worked. Made sense. Nobody's going to be running all over the place all the time. You're going to be walking most of the time. So it feels a little weird is all. Alright. Let's go do some hunting. Let's see, where's a good spot? Oh, there's something over here. Jeftel? Don't know what's going on there. Hippopotamus lair. I'll go kill a hippopotamus then. Hunting's one of the big things. It allows you to craft and make more stuff. Builds up your items. which is interesting. Kind of like it rather than just buying the next set of armor you have to have. It feels more like you're living off the system, which is always kind of good when you're playing an underground assassin. Going back to what I was saying about the water, this might be the best looking water I've seen in a game in a long time. Usually with water, there's just something about it that looks off, but this I would genuinely believe if you just took a still shot of the water, if you were able to go into first person mode and just take a shot of it, I'd probably say, yeah, that's probably a really close approximation of how water would look in a good game. Hell, I think this came from a movie, actually. Then again, I might just be easily impressed, so make of that what you will. And alright. Let's kill me a hippopotamus. Those can't be that hard, right? Torch there? Starting out, you'll only get one weapon, which is your sword and shield. As you go, you'll get more weapons that you can use, and that'll help you out in combat and let you do more things. Usually, it'll be a slower attacking weapon like a maul or a mace, or you can have a sword, which is much faster, but will do less damage. It's kind of the trade-off, but it works. Ranged attacks, however, are now open to you almost immediately. And now I have to point out something that I really don't like about this game, which involves combat. If you'll notice, we still have the health bar right above it. However, you'll also notice that little number right above the health bar. That's the opponent's level, which, unfortunately, is much higher than my level, which means that he's going to get really pissed, and I'm going to have to fight him really hard, and it's going to be difficult. Out of ammo? Damn it. Oh, I didn't see the other one. Okay. Close your mouth, please. I was just having fun, kids. No need to... No, oh god, he's gonna go Congo on me! Oh shit! Okay, so combat. You can lock on and you'll be able to... Oh god! Yeah, you can lock on to people and that'll work sometimes, but more often than not, the lock-on camera has been my greatest enemy. It has a propensity to swing around at weird angles to try and keep the opponent in front of you. Unfortunately, if you're up against a wall, it'll butt up against it, and if anybody's behind you, especially if there's a heavy weapons person behind you, which has happened more than twice... I didn't know I could do that. That was cool. But anyway, if you got a heavy weapons guy behind you, you're just straight fucked. There's no two ways about it. What would happen if I sailed a boat into one of these things? Let's find out. It's pre-programmed to set up to where you have a set of numbers, essentially the damage that you do pop up above your opponent's head, which is helpful, but when you already have a health bar below them, it really doesn't become that helpful, and it just clutters the screen. Fortunately, however, you can, in fact... Oh god, he's going to hit me. Hi there. I need to borrow your boat. For science. Come here, Hippo. Sorry, buddy. That was an accident. Okay, come on. There we go. That's right. Stand right there, Mr. Hippo. And wah-wah! Oh god, it did nothing. It did nothing. I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh jeez! Don't worry, buddy. I'm gonna get you out. Oh god. All right, fine. I'll do it myself. Leave me alone. I'm sorry. I tried to ram a boat into you. Clearly, you're stronger than anything else. Okay. Whew. Oh god, what was I saying? Oh, right, the combat. Yeah, when it's initially set up that you have the numbers that you damage them with display above them as you beat them down, but you can turn that off and it becomes a little more familiar for most of your seasoned Assassin's Creed characters. Or players, I should say. All in all... Oh, crap. All in all, the gameplay is perfectly fine, if I'm honest. I've never had a huge complaint with it, but there are at some points where the camera has given me problems. So, it can be a little touchy sometimes. Got a weird effect going through the sail there. I don't know if that's supposed to happen or not. I'm guessing not, because it goes out from behind it and it's fine. That was weird. All that being said, it's your average Assassin's Creed game. Unfortunately, I have yet to actually assassinate somebody. The heck was going on back there? Why you guys growl at me? Oh, what the heck? What the? Oh god! Ah, crocodile! Get out of there! Go! Go! Oh, Jesus! First hippopotamus? No. Oh, he's gonna do the death roll! Oh god, I'm leaving. I'm leaving as fast as my sails can carry me. Far away from the apex predators, which is a sweet, gentle caress of evolution has failed to land a hit on for well over 500,000 years now. I don't really care if anybody corrects me on that. I don't care. Crocodiles, alligators, those things are horrifying. Ah, fuck! Okay. Well, apparently they did count in for sail height then. Good to know. And that's about all I got to say on combat. Come on. Find the handhold. Or big nuts. See if I can get up this wall. Nope. Like I say, back to Assassin's Creed 2 and 3, which were good, but they got issues. Now then, where am I headed next? See if I can get into some combat with some real guys. Now, as said, going into the story, this is the origins of the Assassin's Brotherhood, which, if I'm honest, I was never really saying that that was a story that needed to be told, but I'm not going to shrug it off if somebody decides to try and tell that. And so far, it's been pretty good. I have some issues with the way it's presented, but nothing too big. When it starts out, your main character here, Bayek, is searching for people who murdered his son. Unfortunately, you don't find out that it's the fact that his son was murdered for probably 30 minutes of gameplay until you violently assault somebody else. Take down, take down, take down. Ow! And yeah, there you go. That's a little bit of how combat works. It's all hack and slash now. Oh! I know this is kind of something that was brought up a lot, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but Eagle Vision is now an actual eagle that you possess and take control of, allowing you to mark people on the map, tell you what they're doing, all kinds of neat stuff. That's a guy I got. Ooh. I will ignore him then for the sake of non-spoilers, because I don't know if there's a cutscene tied with him. So let's go ahead and just go back into Bayek. Words I thought I'd never say running this show. And this is what you get for being mostly deaf and not hearing. Did I just stab that dude in the throat with my hidden blade? Holy crap, I did! That's the first time. Hey, literally every other time I've snuck up behind somebody, I just knocked them out. We're in uncharted territory here, guys. This is going to be cool. And oh, this is the best present I've ever gotten now. Controls are a little loose, but hey, what you gonna do? But getting back on track. Sorry, I had to go off on a little bit there, because that was literally the first time I had ever actually assassinated somebody. And I'm a bit of a ways into the game. Now you find out that your lead character, Bayek, here, is on revenge for the murder of his son. Now, when he's in revenge mode, he is totally in revenge mode. I don't know who saw me. That guy did. I don't know. What's wrong with you? Oh, geez. He's a high level. Hi, guys. And you go through and, yeah, you have your hit list that you try to... Oh, geez. I am really badly hurt. Okay. Okay. Just gotta get behind these guys. Keep them off balance. Oh, geez. Ow! Fudge. Ah, damn. Okay, minor addition to the camera being one of your worst enemies. Combos are also sort of your worst enemy. They don't help you in certain areas, especially when people can counter out of them and you don't actually stop moving. Getting back to the story now, if I can stop getting my ass kicked in. Your lead character is introduced with his revenge plot, but you don't understand what he's getting revenge for almost a half hour in.
Stay there.
Yeah, shut up. Now, while that's not a huge thing, it really doesn't help anything. At least by comparison. You come across more as a deranged lunatic than you do a person seeking revenge. You just say, oh, the people have wronged me, and I'm going to kill them all. And I'm just left with going, okay, that's good for you then. Permit me, if you will, a bit of a comparison. Take Assassin's Creed 2, Ezio. You understand his motivations because you've been with him before he was an assassin. So, when he goes out and he violently murders the first person who killed his family, you understand why he violently murdered him. In this, the first person Bayek actually hits is a guy that he uses the Piece of Eden to violently smash his brains in with. So, it just kind of becomes odd.
What?
Nothing. Ah! Unfortunately, you're also not introduced to the Animus, or its equivalent in this game, in the modern day until after even that, which becomes a bit of a problem because the game first introduces you to something called the Animus Pulse, which is what you do there, and it highlights things on your map. Which, now I have to draw a parallel to Assassin's Creed 1, where you were kind of dropped in, but you were dropped into a... Does that stick just float? It is. That tent pole is just floating there. Assassin's Creed Origins, you're really hurting my case here. Trying to be nice. What was that? You want to say something? Say it to my face? Hmm?
Hey, what?
Oh, now you see me?
Got a clean time.
Ow. Alright. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that it just comes across very strange when you're introduced to your main character beating a person you've never met to death for reasons you have no idea about. Now, I sort of understand what they were probably going for with the intrigue and having you wonder why is he doing this, but the only people you're going to hook in are people who are new to the series. But seeing as to how this is game, what are we up to now? 9 nearly? That's not going to be a whole lot of people. So, just on a personal level, I don't really understand why they bothered with trying to keep a secret as to whether or not the Animus was in use for this. What?
That's it. Die.
After you die first. Also, another minor gripe. Random conversation, like what was going on there, not subtitled. So, if somebody speaks Egyptian out in the middle of everything, you're just screwed. I'm not gonna know if they're insulting me or not. You didn't see anything there. Yeah, that's like, go over there, light the thing. Man, it is really cool to have the hidden blade now. Feels good. But, yeah, like I say, it's probably just a personal gripe, and if you don't have a problem with it, fantastic. You'll probably have a much better time than I will. Ow! Get off my tower! Stop shooting me in the ass. All I'm saying is it feels like an unnecessary step with a series that is fairly long running and people know a lot about at this point. I really like the reintroduction of the modern day aspect in the Animus again. I'm one of those weirdos who actually kind of enjoyed running around as Desmond trying to figure out what the hell was going on in Abstergo. So, outside of that, it's shaping up pretty darn good.
Hey, what?
I'm sorry, you were going to say something? Before Mr. Stabby came along. If I could name my weapons in this, I'd name my hidden blade Mr. Stabby. So, bottom line, there are some issues that I have with this game, but all in all, I have no real complaints about this. If you're new to the series, this is actually a pretty good point for you to jump into it with. There's new characters, new developments, and if you enjoy the setting and the scenarios, then I would fully encourage people to go back and check out the other games. Now then, all that being said, Assassin's Creed Origins, feels good to say it, the first time in a long time, it's definitely worth a buy. Now, that being said, let's see if I can get some of these guys down here. We'll see if it doesn't happen right now. That's right. Run away. Run in fear and terror. Oh god, he saw me. Go away, please. Alright, fine. Ow! Dear God! He's gonna kill me. He is totally gonna kill me. Ow! Fuck! Ah! No! Go! Oh, jeez. Yeah. Like I said, hey, with one or two caveats. If you liked what you saw here, and I hope you do, please consider leaving the channel a like or a subscription. But either way, be sure and share this around because it helps channels grow and it helps out with just making sure the channel gets better. Leave comments if you liked what you saw. If you didn't like it, leave a comment anyway. I'm always open to criticism. That being said, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Later, everybody.